This is my first recording. We'll mention it after, so. Aww.
Aww.
Cute. We'll have.
Is that you? Yes. You're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Why is it doing that? Enable editing.
William Nelson.
Everyone's using it.
Well, if we don't change our lives by the end of this class period, I don't know what will do it.
Really?
It should work now, Diondra.
So when we all come back in the fall, we're all going to be healthier, more motivated.
Do you have timer on there?
Oh, I don't think that's the right.
Do you need a timer? No, I don't.
Go to your transition.
Yeah, you might have it on a automatic timer or something.
It's on that 0.0.
Also, if you can unclick where it says after 0.00, because it's like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so try it now.
Mouse click.
Wait, put it on mouse click.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
In
That's
the
it.
top right
On
corner.
mouse
Check box. You gotta
Right.
check.
Oh, yeah.
so it'll only advance when you use the mouse.
Why is it
I
watching?
think
Yeah,
that's
you
the
gotta
last
do the
slide.
first slide.
Why is it
Isn't
doing
that,
that?
what's 40%
Oh, do you have to do apply all once you change?
Oh, yeah, you may need to do
Yeah.
apply all.
I'm just gonna do this.
Uh,
I mean, it's not
Apply
really
all.
giving us.
Click apply all now, Sarah.
Apply all, and then now.
F5. Just try it.
Hey. Well, that's last. There you go.
Yay.
Okay, thank you.
Some more cups I'm dealing with. I'm trying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Look at your brows, like, what? Give that natural arch.
Your school pictures look a lot better than mine did at that age. You look adorable.
I wish I knew how to smile better.
Me too, Ian. My sister-in-law always reminds me of that.
Yes.
Your smile is perfect, Ann.
Every minute is possible. Alright, I'm ready. So, this is a picture of me when I was 6 years old. Look at this face of innocence and this beautiful smile. But behind the smile, there was a lot more pain than you can imagine. I struggled badly in school with my academics. I didn't understand hardly anything that I was being taught, and it really hurt my feelings to look around the room and see that everyone was finishing their work first, and I was stuck trying to figure out how to do my work. And it affected my social skills. Because I felt like that I didn't know anything, it made it hard for me to socialize with my peers and even speak. For the longest, I would not talk at all, and people thought that there was something actually wrong with me, but I knew that it was deeper than just me being weird, quote unquote. So then, by the 3rd grade, I started getting cast in my school musicals as the lead. And at the end of the year, I racked up a lot of awards during Honors Day. And so I thought, what prompted this change in me getting awards and wanting to be in the spotlight when it came to doing musicals? So I firmly believe that my involvement within fine arts within my school played a dramatic part in me getting better grades and being more sociable. So today, I'm going to discuss with you why funds for the arts should be increased in schools, the advantages of fine arts, and the disadvantages of the absence of fine arts within schools. But sadly, funds in the arts programs have been cut out dramatically. So I believe that funds for art programs should be increased. so that children who struggled the way I did can find the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to making better grades and being more sociable. So when the No Child Left Behind Act came into effect in the early 2000s, fine arts courses were core courses just like math, reading, science, social studies. There were courses that had to be taken, and it wasn't an elective like it is now. So why were there budget cuts in fine arts in the first place? During the 2008 recession, 80% of schools in the U.S. Faced budget cuts, according to an article published by the Phi Kappa Delta.org. Also, according to PennState.edu in 2014, fine arts programs were viewed as not being good moneymakers. Performances and shows that were put on by schools were put on for free. There were free admissions, so there weren't any profits being generated. And according to the same academic journal previously stated, in 2018, No Child Left Behind and Common Core State pushed educators to prioritize science and math over other subjects such as fine arts courses. But what are the benefits of fine arts courses in the first place? In 2010, the U.S. Department of Education teamed up with a group of educators for an experimental study. It found that students that participated in fine arts courses had better problem solving and critical thinking skills. Also, a study conducted by collegeboard.com in 2009 showed that students that took 4 years of fine arts scored 91% higher on their SAT scores. And me, when I was in middle school, I played trumpet 3 years. And at the end of my 8th grade year, on the last day of school, I was told by my teacher that I had the highest average out of the whole 8th graders that year. And I thought to myself, what? I've never had the highest average in anything, but I can truly say that playing the trumpet really increased my math skills and helped me in the classroom in getting the highest average for that year. Also, according to a 2019 article by collegeraptor.com, fine arts in schools allows children to experience different cultures from around the world. So some children may not be able to travel to Japan and see the cultural differences, but with fine arts courses, they can connect with culture through art. Lower income and minority students were more likely to lose their fine arts programs first. So those schools already didn't have funding for education, but hey, why not just go ahead and cut the funding? They already didn't have anything to begin with. And it's sad. Also, when funding was cut, teachers lost their jobs. So teachers went to school, got their degree in order to teach, and now they were out of a job because their degree was useless. Art classes have been proven to motivate students to stay in school. Some students don't like taking language arts, science, math. It's a burden, but when they have fine arts courses to turn to, it allows them to have a reason to even come to school in the first place. So now that you've been informed on the terrible disadvantages of funding cuts in fine arts, you can make a difference by logging on to grantmakersinthex.com. This website shows you state by state the ways you can get involved and increase funding for fine arts in schools. Now that I've talked to you about why there are budget cuts in fine arts, the benefits of increasing funds in the arts, and the disadvantages of not having the arts in the first place, now maybe you can want to go out and figure out ways how to increase funding for local schools in your area. I'm going to leave you with a quote by Nelson Mandela. Our children are the rock of which our future will be built. Our greatest asset as a nation. They will be the leaders of our country and the creators of our national wealth. Those who care for and protect our people. So if you're not going to invest in a child's future for their sake, do it for your sake because they are our future. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And then we'll have Talia and then Julia.
Oh, okay.
So Sarah, you must be right at home, 2 Nelson Mandela quotes in one day.
Yeah.
He was talking about you in the quotes. You haven't let him down, so.
The reason I did something is because I know other people use Google Slides than I do. That's why.
Sure.
I can't spell today, sorry.
It's still kind of early.
And that's my middle name if I'm anyone paying attention to that.
Janice, they are.
It's pronounced Janice.
Janice, ooh, it's pretty.
Yeah, Spanish alphabet. Okay,
So we'll just